Man, guys, we are super blessed. We just got invited to go check out a developer's neighborhood and chat with him about everything going on with it. So in this video today, that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to go look at the Browning. It's a neighborhood in southeast Oklahoma City, in between Choctaw Road and Peebly Road. Great access to everything. So if that's something you're interested in, looking for large wooded acreage lots, stick around, because that's what this video is all about. Oh my gosh, guys. Today we're here at the Browning. You may have just saw the drive-in video, or that comes out next week, one or the other, but these large wooded lots are amazing, and we're here with the developer of the Browning, Josh Brown himself, who's going to tell us all about it. Josh, welcome to the channel.
Thank you, Josh. It's my pleasure to be part of your channel.
Oh my goodness, it's our pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
So you built a wooded lot neighborhood in southeast Oklahoma City. Is that what this neighborhood would be as?
Yeah, we're over here in New Walla, which is on the eastern side of Oklahoma City, not too far off of I-40. We're conveniently located to Shawnee, Midwest City, Oklahoma City, especially Tinker Air Force Base. We're only 17 minutes from Tinker. So we are conveniently located to the city, but we still have the amenities of having a country-esque subdivision out here.
So your lots out here are amazing, Josh. How big, how small? They look huge. What are the sizes?
Our lots out here range anywhere between 1 3/4 acres to 3.19 acres. This is our largest.
Wow. And then are they able to make water features on them? Like if they wanted to dig a pond, having that much land?
Yeah, of course. The land buyers, they have pretty much full autonomy of what they can do with their lots. We do have covenants in here that protect the home values, but if somebody wants to put a pond on their lot, they're more than welcome to do so.
Oh, wow. And then are there preferred, does the neighborhood have preferred builders? Can they bring their own builders in, et cetera, et cetera?
Lot owners are more than welcome to bring their own builders. Of course, I would prefer that they use me as my company to build their home for them. But if somebody purchases a lot for me and they want to bring their own builder, they can. That's just fine, as long as they build in accordance with the covenants.
Okay, perfect. So not only are you the developer of the neighborhood, you're also one of the home builders that builds in the neighborhood.
Yes, I've currently, in building this home right now, we built the one across the road in 2020. We kind of took a pause in 2021 due to the home prices being a little bit wild, the material prices kind of being all over the place. Being a young company, it made me a little cautious to build in 2021, so we took a break last year and we got right back into it. In March of this year is when we started this house that we're standing in now.
Wow, that's not that long at all to get a house at this stage. Right now, at the time of this video, we're talking in September. So March to September is only 6 months, and you're almost done. Yeah,
we are almost finished. We are expecting carpet later on this week on Friday. Today we poured the porches, sidewalks, and approach. And we just got a few punch list items really we need to knock out. We got some grouting to do, we've got some backsplash that needs to be done, but we're pretty much on the downhill slope from here.
Wow, that'll be awesome. And guys, we're gonna do a tour on this home when it's done, so be sure to subscribe to the channel to be updated on when that video comes out. Now Josh, with this being a rural style neighborhood, can people hunt in it?
Probably not advisable, even though that the lots are somewhat larger. It probably would not be beneficial to your relationship with your neighbors to fire a rifle in here.
Okay, so when it's talking about the covenants, nuisance is probably a clause in the covenant. You don't want to be a nuisance to your neighbor.
Correct.
Perfect, perfect. So maybe a crossbow?
Yeah,
You don't have to.
Crossbow would be perfectly legal. Bow and arrow would be perfectly legal.
Awesome, awesome. And guys, out here, you're talking about deer walking up to your back porch with a little bit of corn. This neighborhood location, we'll throw a map up on the screen right now, is gonna blow you away. Like Josh talked about, easy access to Tinker Air Force Base, the I-40, the turnpike off of I-40, all of the restaurants and gas stations off of Choctaw Road and I-40, and you're less than half a mile from Dollar General. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's always a great thing to have out in the country. Yeah. Now, Josh, when we're talking about the rural lots, the lots also come with well and septic. Is that right?
They don't come with it. I don't sell them with wells and septic, but the well and septic is required out here. We do not have city water or city septic out here.
In your experience in building the 2 homes that you've already built out here, how deep do people have to go for the water?
So we get water at 125 feet on both lots. And then we went ahead and took the wells down to 180 to give a large enough basin for the well.
Wow, guys, that is awesome. Because when you're digging a well, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I understand it's more expensive the further down you have to go.
Yes, the current prices right now as we speak are $30 a foot, which whenever I built the home in 2020, we were at $18 a foot. The increased price of materials like the poly pipe and things like that have really jumped up the price of wells here lately.
Oh my goodness. And then when you're talking about septic systems, are you using aerobic, anaerobic? What type of septic systems is the neighborhood using?
Out here we're using anaerobic. The soil is quite sandy, so it doesn't perk like you would want to with your traditional septic system.
And that's the kind where you get a free sprinkler basically.
Yes, you do.
In your backyard. They say you could drink it, but would you?
No.
Exactly. Don't drink the water.
But it does work very well for a sprinkler system. The house I built in 2020, which is right across the street from this one, has a very, very lush front yard, and that is how that's where we put the sprinklers, was out in the front.
Okay, so that house as well is probably in the back of the home?
Yeah, yep. We're required to maintain at least a 50-foot barrier between potable water and anything related to the septic system. And I actually go much further than that. I'll double it whenever I can. If I have the space to do it, we'll go 100 plus feet in separation.
Now, when people are thinking about wooded lots, because Oklahoma, we've got a lot of shrubbery, a lot of different woods, what would they expect to be the cost when clearing the lot for a pad site and then maybe just a nice big yard?
So for this particular lot, we had to do a pretty extensive amount of dirt work in here because some canyons that are further to the north on the property actually kind of weave their way up into through here. So we didn't have much of a choice but to take most of the trees off of this lot so that we could do the required dirt work to have a buildable site on this piece of property. But the average cost, you're looking at probably 1.5 to 2 days worth of dozer work to bring a driveway in, clear a house pad, and get that piece of property ready to start construction on a home. Current rates right now, you're sitting around $1,600 to $1,700 per day for a dozer operator and equipment.
Guys, I really hope you're taking notes. The wealth of knowledge that Josh has when it comes to building pad sites and building houses all together, the well and septic is something you'd want to know. If you want to get in touch with him, just reach out to us. We'll get you in connection with him, and you'll be able to discuss more on building your dream home on one of these amazing wooded lots. And talking more about the wooded lots, there are some huge trees on these lots, Josh.
There definitely are. There's some quite large trees in here. Large oaks. We have some. I've seen a few maple trees. I've seen quite a few post oaks. A few pecans here and there. We definitely do not have a shortage of hardwood trees in here.
And Josh, with these beautiful trees and amazing houses that are already being built in here, is there some sort of approval process that someone would have to go through when getting their plans approved to build in your neighborhood?
So until the HOA takes over, I am the developer and the president of the HOA by default, and I will screen all the plans that somebody, before somebody starts building in here, and ensure that they are in accordance with the covenants. Required square footage, exterior of the home is at least 60% rock, brick, or stucco, and just make sure that's in accordance with the covenants in general.
A lot of people are always asking about barn dominiums, Josh. Are those allowed in the neighborhood?
They are, as long as they fit the covenants. 1,800 minimum square feet, 60% rock, brick, or stucco for the exterior. You know, that's the general guidelines of the development in here.
So even with the roof characteristics, metal roofs are allowed in the neighborhood?
Yes, they are, absolutely.
That's great to know, guys. And then, do you have experience building barn dominiums for people too, or is that something that you could easily do?
It's not very difficult to do. It's very similar to building your traditional stick-built home because you still have stick-built framing inside of a barn dominium. You know, basically all you're getting with a barn dominium is the metal exterior shell. Everything else is the same as a traditional home.
Wow, that's some great info. So 1,800 minimum square feet, you've got to have it approved with 60% brick, stucco, or rock exterior. What about garage spaces? Is there a minimum garage space?
It's a requirement to have a minimum of 2-car garage.
2-car garage, folks. So when you're thinking about building your new home in the Oklahoma City metro area, you definitely want to think about the Browning neighborhood as a place to build your home. What's the best number that they could reach you at to discuss this more, Josh?
My personal phone number is 405-822-8252.
And then is there some sort of anything they need to already have put together before they call you, like plans, financing, or anything like that? Or do you help them from the very beginning all the way through the process?
So I'll help with architectural design if need be, if they don't already have a set of plans. The financing portion is 100% on the client and their financial institution. I am not going to discuss finances with them except for whenever it comes time to build the budget and determine what our budget is to build the house. That's whenever I'll start, getting involved in then the financial part. But a pre-approval and a construction loan, that is between them and their bank.
Okay, so to get started then, now that you've mentioned all that, do they need to have the lot already purchased, or what's the actual process to get started, to meet with you, do the plans and things like that?
For the neighborhood like this, we would do a cost plus, which basically means the client would get the construction loan and they would pay me for the construction process as we move along. And I would charge them at the cost of the home plus my percentage to build the home.
Now, do you work with their lenders on the draws, or is that something they need to handle when it comes to building new construction homes?
It can be structured a couple of different ways. Either I could work directly with their lender if they give me permission to do so, or I can work directly through the customer, which they would talk to their lender.
Okay, so there's a lot of different options that Josh has to offer you when building your new construction home in the Oklahoma City metro area. Any other items, tips, or tricks, or anything they need to know about the neighborhood before we wrap up the video? Guys, I forgot to ask one of the most important questions. I couldn't believe it. I'm so sorry. Josh, does the Browning have fiber?
It does. We were actually the first development to get OEC fiber installed. Whenever we ordered the power to be brought into the development, they asked at that time if we wanted to go ahead and receive the fiber optic cabling for the internet, and we said yes.
And guys, that's only $85 a month for a gig up and a gig down. OEC Fiber is one of the best resources available in all of Oklahoma when it comes to your internet. Is that the right price?
I believe so. I don't personally have it, but I believe so.
That is so amazing, guys. Give OEC a call, Oklahoma Electric Co-op a call, or just check out their website. The map is amazing. They have a really up-to-date map on their website, and you'll be able to see the Browning is one of the neighborhoods in the Oklahoma City metro area that has fiber internet available.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we'll get this cut back into the video and then enjoy the rest of it. Now that we've gone over the Browning in super detail, Josh, is there anything that we need to put out to the public that they need to know more about the neighborhood?
So yeah, we still have 7 lots remaining that we will do build and sells on. And if somebody does want a full custom home on their property, we can do that as well.
Oh my gosh, so if you've already bought land or you inherited family land, you'll work with them on their own land?
Of course, yes. Very easy process.
Wow, that is awesome. Do you know, since you've got it so honed down in the neighborhood, and you'll probably be done with this house in less than 9 months, are you thinking 9 months too on their own land, or is it a little bit longer process?
Any contract that I sign, I'm going to have a 1-year window of opportunity to build their home, because we never can foresee the shortage of materials or long lead times or anything like that. We ran into that with some of the items in this home. We had to wait for light fixtures that were pretty long waits and things like that. So I give myself 1 year to build a house. Do I think it'll take a year? No, I don't. But at the same time, I don't want to give a false expectation to somebody.
Over-promise or under-promise and over-deliver.
Yes, sir.
That makes sense. Josh, thanks so much for meeting us today and bringing this neighborhood to our attention. This is an amazing, beautiful neighborhood that you've built here in the southeast Oklahoma City metro area. I can't wait to see your next one. Do you already have your eye on some land?
Oh, we do. We actually bought some land south of Shawnee, north of Asher, that we will start developing in the coming months as well.
Oh my gosh, Shawnee, if you haven't seen any of our videos on Shawnee on the channel, check it out. It is a great town. So south of Shawnee, north of Asher, how big of a development will that be?
That's only going to be 14 houses because we're doing our lots quite a bit larger on there.
So they're going to be like estate lots.
Our smallest lot in there is about 2¼ acres.
Are you able to drop the name yet so they can keep an eye out on it?
We haven't named it yet.
All right, guys. Well, stick around. Subscribe to the channel because you're not going to want to miss out on that neighborhood. Thanks so much for liking it. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Thank you.